Today is a very, very nice December day, and I decided to take the Camaro out, and we're going to be talking about the 5 worst muscle car mods. So before I list any of these mods, I just want to let you guys know that these are obviously my opinion, and what I might think is completely ugly or terrible, somebody else might think is the best thing in the world. So try not to take it to heart if there are some things in this video that you guys disagree with. I'm also not going to be listing them in like best to worst in my mind. I'm just going to be listing 5 generic things that I just absolutely hate seeing on muscle cars. And as most of you guys know, I'm very into muscle cars. I currently drive a 700 rear wheel horsepower Camaro ZL1, and I'm going to be getting the new 2017 ZL1. And I also hope to someday own a 69 Camaro as well. So there are 5 things that I just hate seeing on muscle cars, and one of the first thing that comes to mind are the rear window louvers. Now, for those of you guys that don't know what these are, they're basically blind type things on your rear window, and they're used to keep the sun out of basically your eyes. When you're looking in your rear view mirror here and you look in your window, you can see perfectly fine. There's no obstruction in your view whatsoever. But on the outside, if you look straight down on the car, you cannot see the window at all. The louvers basically go straight. Some of them are angled, slanted down a bit, but they were used on older cars, and now some of them I think look good on the older cars, but I think they look absolutely hideous on newer cars, especially like a 5th gen Camaro, even like current gen or even earlier gen Mustangs. Like, I just think they look horrible. I don't know why people would put them on. And now they make them for the side windows, these where the C-pillar is in the car. They make them for that little triangle window in the back. You probably can't see it, but they make it for the Mustang, they make it for the Camaro. People put them on. Like, these new cars, it just does not look good. It serves no aerodynamic or functional purpose whatsoever. Oh, here we go. Anyways, getting back to the topic at hand. So, like I was saying about these rear window louvers, I just don't think they look good on any current gen muscle car at all. Like I said, they serve no purpose other than to block the sun out of your eyes, and they look absolutely hideous. The second thing I hate seeing on muscle cars are oversized wheels. And what I mean by oversized wheels, I don't mean width-wise, because obviously when you're running a lot of horsepower, them nice wide rear wheels and tires look absolutely awesome on a car, but it's the size of the wheel. So, like, you know, 19-inch wheels, 20-inch wheels. The car that I have right now currently comes stock with 20-inch wheels, and I think it's kind of like a happy medium, and even like 19-inch wheels is like a happy medium of like style, but also it doesn't lose any performance. So, and what I mean by performance is the smaller the wheel, the less rotating mass you have, and the more tire you can put on the car for more traction. But when you get up into sizes like 21 and 22 and like just stupid sizes like that, obviously the wheel is a lot heavier, and then that runs a risk of like you can't even fit that size wheel on your car, and it just looks stupid. And I think the bigger the wheel, the worse it looks on a car. Optimally, like 19s are a great size, but for like an old muscle car, you know, 16s and 15s, like the smaller the wheel, the bigger the fat of the tire, I think looks cooler. And it serves a functional purpose for you know, horsepower. Like, if the more horsepower you have, you know, obviously the thicker tire you want, the wider tire you want, the better tread you want. So now, coming on to the third worst muscle car mod, it kind of plays a part in the wheels, has to go along with that. It's when a muscle car is stanced. And before I go into why I hate a stanced muscle car, I want to let you guys know that there is certain camber on a car that is very, very functional, especially on a muscle car or any kind of a track car. But I'm talking about the stanced cars that are literally look like your bow leg, like the car's bow leg is sitting there, and it's riding on half of a tire. Like, I don't understand why any car would do that, let alone a muscle car. So yeah, I've seen a few muscle cars that have had a ridiculous stance to them, and I just think they are obviously hideous. But again, it just doesn't serve a functional purpose. You know, a muscle car is a performance car with style. Is how I've always looked at it. You know, it's straight line performance, big engine. You know, and just the curves of a muscle car and stuff like that, especially from like the late 60s, early 70s, really set off that vibe. And when you start adding in that, and I don't want to use the term ricer because I know I got a lot of guys that watch my channel that are into that sort of a car, so I don't really want to upset them, but I don't know another term to really use it as. And I'm just going to say, like, the more you rice out your muscle car, the worse I think it looks. And stancing it, big wheels, just not one way to do it. There's a lot of muscle cars, especially Camaros and Mustangs, you know, the two biggest names in muscle car right now. It's just like, when I go to certain car shows, I'm a very performance-oriented guy, so I like to see that. I'm not all about the style and all the flashy shit. Like, I'm just not about that. The big wheels, like, yeah, I spent, you know, $5,000 on these wheels, and I'm just like, Jesus, I spent, you know, $5,000 on performance mods. Like, it just doesn't, to me, I don't get it. But like I said, I just hate seeing any sort of stanced muscle car. So before we go to the next modification that I hate, we're gonna take a quick ad break. Alrighty, we're back from our ad. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you did not get one, you're either A, subscribed to YouTube Red, or you're just damn lucky. And the fourth thing that I really hate is any kind of flashy lights, neon lights, anything like that. Like when your car looks like it should be on the Las Vegas Strip, it probably is bad. You know, when your car lights up more than my house at Christmas time, and if those of you have seen my house at Christmas time, it's like the Griswold's family Christmas. But your car, your muscle car, I just don't think should do that. I think it looks absolutely terrible when people put all these lights and shit in their car. Even inside, like, people go all out with these crazy lights and all this tacky shit, and it's just like, like, I like stuff to be clean and nice, stuff like that. Underglow, like neon, you know, I don't know if you guys have heard of underglow. That's kind of like that was like an older thing. When I was younger, when I was like 16, 17, 18, that was like the thing, like put neons under your car. If I put red lights under this or blue lights or whatever the hell lights under this, it would just look so stupid. It would totally take the vibe of the car away. You know, the car is built for performance, straight line performance, cornering, stuff like that, and putting lights and shit on it is just like, what? I'm not trying to light my car up like a Christmas tree year round. So finally, the last thing that I absolutely hate is whenever anybody puts Lambo door kits on any other car but a Lamborghini. Or let's just say any other car that doesn't have those Lambo style doors from the factory. And I've seen them at car shows. I've seen them on every single car you can pretty much think of, from Honda Civics to Ford Mustangs. I've seen the Lambo style door put on, and sometimes it's like, oh yeah, that looks kind of cool, but it's still just so cheesy to put that on your car, and they're so expensive. They really are. I don't know if you guys ever looked at like a good Lambo style door, like Vertical Doors is a company that makes them. I think they're still in business. I don't know. I was looking at that stuff, like I said, when I was a teenager, and I thought that stuff was cool. But now I think it looks horrible on cars, especially cars that aren't really meant to have that. You know, certain cars, like with the really short style doors, like a 4-door car, like you put Lambo doors on a 4-door car, it's like, what are you thinking? What are those? That's what I think when I look at Lambo doors on a car that's not supposed to have them. So yes, you will never see me put Lambo doors on this car. You will never see me put any sort of lighting, like neon lights or LED flashy blinker lights on this car. You will never see me put gigantic wheels on this car. You will never see me with a retarded amount of camber, and you will definitely never see me with any rear style window louver or side style window louver on this car. So I know I listed a lot of things that pretty much are just having to do with like exterior modifications and styling. I really didn't list any performance modifications that you shouldn't do. Most of the time, guys that buy cars like that, they usually know how to tastefully modify them. And let's face it, they're buying the car for performance, and they're buying the car to modify it later. So generally, generally muscle cars are modified engine-wise pretty well. It's just when you see them and they're all riced out and it's just like, oh my God, what are you doing? And as the saying goes, all show, no go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you don't hate me too much if I listed something that you absolutely love. But I had some guys asking me about videos like this, so I thought I would do one. It was a nice day. I drive my Camaro, stretch your legs a little bit, act like it's summer even though it's not. Like, I don't even have a jacket on. Like, that's how warm it is. I mean, I'm getting a little cold just sitting in here, but yeah, I had my windows down earlier actually driving this, and I was just like, God, I wish it was summer. But anyways, be sure to like this video, comment, share it, whatever you gotta do. Also, if you would like a notification every time I post a video so you never miss an upload, go down there, hit that little bell. I think it's next to the subscribe button, and you will get a notification every time I post a video. Let me know in the comments too what you guys think I should upload next. Give me some feedback, give me some ideas. Maybe I'll do some of them. And also be sure to follow all my social media. That is all in the description. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, and have a great day.